What's up, Fox 10 Fox here, and in today's video I'm talking about the Razer Pro Type. Simply put, for what this keyboard does, it is immaculate. The build quality is absolutely stunning. The aesthetic in and of itself with the white keycaps on a silver aluminum backplate is absolutely beautiful and speaks professionalism in every sense of the word. Deck flex, as you'd expect from a Razer product this expensive, is non-existent. It has height flaps on the side, one like this, and then another bigger one like this. The back is a very plain white with rubber stops in case you do want to just go without anything on the back. And the moment you look at this, I have no doubt in my mind that 99% of you will fall in love with this aesthetic. However, if professionalism isn't quite your thing, and you want to go a little bit more flashy, which I absolutely do not blame you for, this of course has Razer Synapse, which means it is fully customizable RGB, every single color, every single switch can be changed. It uses proprietary keycaps, so underneath the keys are the Razer orange switches. These, simply put, are a very, very good universal key. If you want tactile feedback, this is not the keyboard for you. You should expect something like a Cherry MX Red or the Razer opto-mechanical switches instead, found in the Razer Huntsman. However, if you want a nice mechanical keyboard with a good amount of travel that is perfect for typing, hence the name, you have no option even close to something as good as this, in my opinion. Here's what it sounds like when you type. There is a good amount of travel. However, there is not a click. Most keyboards that use Cherry MX switches have a click in which there is a tactile bump that gets sent downward the moment you click it. So it'll stop and go down, stop, go down. This has a complete travel, much like a Cherry MX Brown. It goes all the way down like nobody's business. If you used a membrane or mechanical keyboard in the past, you will have absolutely zero problems getting into typing on this thing. It's no gimmick with Razer. This is literally just meant to be a typing keyboard, and the job it's set out to do is pretty fantastic. You will easily get up to your regular typing speed in no time. In fact, and this is anecdotal, so please don't take this as evidence, but I actually have increased my typing speed on this keyboard. However, it's not just good for typing. If you want a gaming keyboard, don't buy this keyboard. Hands down, don't. There's no reason. Why would you buy this when you can either spend a little bit more and get the Razer Huntsman, which is a much better and more suitable option for gamers, or you can go cheaper in price, get something with a Cherry MX Red, and find yourself happy there. However, if you want a Bluetooth keyboard that you perhaps want to carry around with a laptop, and you want to play a game of CSGO, you're not going to have any issues with it. It doesn't have a fantastic tactile bump like most gaming keyboards do. However, the travel in and of itself does not feel mushy, and it feels responsive enough. Now, the beauty of this is the fact that it comes with a 2.4 gigahertz dongle, which means that you can plug it directly into a PC of your choosing. But if you are just typing and you don't need that lightning fast reaction time, lightning fast, bro, this lightning speaking facts right now. If you don't need a lightning fast connection, am I having a stroke? This also has Bluetooth 5.0, which is the fastest version of Bluetooth you can possibly get. And in terms of Bluetooth latency, because I don't play video games with this keyboard very often, you're not going to notice that much, especially when you're doing something like typing, filling out documents. That's what this keyboard was meant for. And even in gaming, even though I'm not the most versatile gamer and I have only gamed on a laptop panels usually have a longer response time than actual monitors do. However, I've found no issue playing CSGO with this laptop. With this laptop? Are you a laptop? With this keyboard. The asking price for this is $139.99. Now, I understand if you're like me, you probably shit a brick. However, that honestly isn't something that I think isn't justified in this keyboard. If you are looking for a professional typing keyboard, this should be on your list. Even if you don't choose to buy it at the end of the day, if you are looking for a Bluetooth keyboard to connect, this is the choice for you. I think the $139 is justified because a lot of keyboards in this category at this price are very similar. It's not like you are just paying for a Razer Premium. This has the quality behind it. And a feature that some Bluetooth keyboards at a lower price bracket do not have. You can connect this up to 4 devices at one time, and there are 3 profiles, which means that you can quickly select between the 3 of your most used computers, laptops, tablets, things like that, which is a very incredibly useful feature, on top of the 2.4 gigahertz band. So those are all the positives out of the way. Now it's time we get to the negatives. And as much as I wish I could sit here and justify my purchase every single day, I am a battery junkie. I bought an iPhone 12 Pro Max to get me through the entire day and then some. And I will spend 8 hours a day on my phone. So to have a Bluetooth keyboard not last 2 days is sketch. I'm sure the charging process doesn't take long. I didn't go down to a T, but the battery needs to be bigger for this price. I mean, I understand you want to fit it in the slim, fit, thick physique, but how are you not able to fit a battery that lasts longer? Even if I have a Bluetooth keyboard on for days, it should last at least a week, even without turning it off. I mean, at this price. And it even has an auto sleep function too, so I may forget to turn it off every now and again, which I have done, but still, a day and a half, is that really justifiable? So that's one of the biggest drawbacks that I have with this, is the battery life is pretty doggone awful. And here's a fun idea, Razer. Instead of trickling down to the very last drop you can possibly have on a keyboard, cut it off instead, so that way when I'm typing, random letters don't start falling out of the alphabet when I try and type them. Instead of trying to squeeze out as much battery as you can, leaving to miss strokes because the keyboard doesn't recognize it with the PC, is just terrible. Just cut it off when it gets to the point where the signal's weak enough. But I understand you want to make your battery life look good because it only lasts a day anyway, even with that stupid thing. And while you're at it, maybe don't take 10 seconds to finally load into the one you want to switch. This is very versatile. You can switch whatever you want, but sometimes nothing will ever read it, and it takes a long ass time for it to actually switch over to the profile you want. And although I'm getting mad because these are very much pet peeves if you're a writer, these aren't deal breakers. For what you're getting, it's good. It's very good. It's premium. But I just cannot fathom the idea of battery life being this bad on such a product. I don't know a whole lot about this keyboard. I want to know when this was made. Because if this product was made in 2006 and they just accidentally left it up here for their entire run, that explains why the battery is so small and decrepit inside. If this was still manufactured in 2020, why are you putting like a half a milliamp hour battery in this thing? And then I want to take the last few minutes of this video to sum everything up and give you a score out of 10. So I'm going to start using my little 4-finger leaflet here that I use at the end of all my review videos, and we're going to take them. They're all going to be out of 10. You're going to divide that by 4, and we're going to get the final rating out of 10. So number 1, build quality. Does battery count as build quality? I'm going to call battery an entirely different category out of the 4 categories. So I am going to give build quality a 10 out of 10. I think that the build quality is absolutely fantastic. You will not find a better built keyboard anywhere. And if you do, it'll be on par with this. I don't think there's anything more exceptional than the build quality on this keyboard. The key switches and how it feels to type on. This is like the softest mattress you've ever felt in your entire life. This is the closest thing humans have developed to heaven, and it'll probably still give you arthritis by the time you're 45. But the build quality is exceptional, and the keycaps are no exception to that. The keycaps are very sturdy. The orange switches are fantastic to type on. Bluetooth connectivity or Bluetooth options. The accessibility and features of this thing. The accessibility and features are really, really good. Being able to switch profiles fast and between different devices is really awesome. Instead of having to constantly go into your Bluetooth settings and connect is pretty great when it works. And I don't know if it's a Windows thing, which it very possibly could be, or if it's a Razer thing, which knowing their Synapse software probably also could be them too. The Bluetooth connectivity is not fantastic, but the idea they have 3 profiles and the 2.4 gigahertz band in the box does definitely bump up the score. I'm going to give this category a 7 out of 10. So 10 out of 10 for build quality, 10 out of 10 for typing, 7 out of 10 for Bluetooth connectivity, and I'm going to give battery a 2 out of 10. It could very well be user error, and if it is, and you let me know in the comments down below, then first of all, don't dislike the video if I mess this up. All right, I understand you may get mad at this. I'll revise and make a comment down below letting you know that I changed my mind and give battery life a better review if battery life does somehow get better. But the way it is right now, flat out 2 out of 10. There's no questions asked. The battery on this thing is very, very bad for being a Bluetooth keyboard at this price range. Jesus Christ. And now it's time we have a heart attack and count up the scores. That is a 0.725. Now, if you want to take that as it is, that's a C. I'm going to be generous. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. I'm going to round up. I don't think that it is A quality per se, so I'm not going to bump it all the way up to a 9 because of the battery life. But if you can live with the battery life, this is exceptional. It would be a 10 out of 10. Even with the Bluetooth connectivity issues, if the battery didn't suck so bad, this thing would be an absolute 10 out of 10. So take that with your grain of salt. If you like battery life like me, then it does kind of suck to have to charge it every 4 minutes. But on the other hand, if you don't really care that much, or maybe perhaps you want to use this in a main station hooked up and ready to go, very nice braided cable, by the way, but also use it Bluetooth every once in a while by unplugging it and going to your laptop, that would be really, really good. And I think that that's what probably most people will do, is hook it up where they use it most and then also take it off the dock when they want to. So keep that with a grain of salt. How you use the battery is how it's going to work for you, and it'll vary based on your decision. And I want to say that everything is subject to change here based on your personal preference. Maybe you think the professional aesthetic is ugly, even though I really liked it, which is why the build quality gets a full-on 10 out of 10 from me, because not only does it look great, but it feels great. Maybe you really want a tactile feedback keyboard that doesn't go down all the way without clicking first. That is definitely a gaming keyboard instead of something like this, and that's completely up to you. Again, subject to change. However, if you're looking for a solid typing keyboard, keep this on your list of recommendations. It may not be the best, but it is damn good, and I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a Bluetooth keyboard with switches these good, with switches this good. The versatility of the 3 connections, and of course, the key switches themselves. This is a typing keyboard. It feels amazing. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, like, subscribe, do what you usually do. And as always, buy yourself something nice.